If you're over 60 and have ever been jolted awake by a sharp leg cramp, this could change your nights forever. New research shows that certain everyday foods can stop the pain in as little as 2 minutes and keep it from coming back. Most people believe that leg cramps are just a normal part of getting older. But the truth is, they can be a serious warning sign, a cry for help from your muscles, and far more dangerous than you think. Researchers have found that in the US alone, over 60 million seniors suffer from severe nighttime cramps that feel like their calves are twisting in a vice. And it's not just discomfort. Yet 99% still have no idea what's really causing them. Here's the shocking part. Some of the healthy foods you trust most may actually be draining the minerals that keep your muscles relaxed, disrupting your nerve signals, and setting you up for another painful night. But fixing it doesn't require expensive pills or complicated treatments. It comes down to small, well-timed changes in your diet changes that can bring relief in as little as 90 seconds. In today's video, I'll reveal 7 foods proven by real science to cut cramp duration by more than 70%. And the one food on the list is probably sitting in your fridge right now, completely overlooked for years. But before we begin, let me ask you 2 quick questions. When do your cramps hit hardest, in the middle of the night after a walk or when you first stand up? And have you ever found a trick that actually works? Share your answers in the comments. I read and respond to every single one because your health deserves attention to even the smallest detail. Now let's not waste any time. Coming in at number 7 is something you'd never expect to drink before bed: pickle juice. It's not a fancy supplement or an expensive pill. In fact, you might already have it hiding in the back of your fridge. And yet this tangy liquid has been proven to stop a muscle cramp in as little as 85 seconds. At first glance, pickle juice seems like the last thing you'd sip before turning in. But for seniors plagued by sudden nighttime cramps, it's been a quiet miracle. Frank, 68, used to wake up 3 or 4 nights a week in agony. After trying a small glass before bed, his cramps eased so fast he could hardly believe it. The science is just as surprising. A Brigham Young University study showed pickle juice relieved cramps 37% faster than water, far too quickly for minerals to be absorbed. Instead, the vinegar and salt trigger nerve receptors in your mouth and throat, sending a reset signal to your muscles almost instantly. And since many older adults have lower sodium levels from medications or reduced appetite, this quick hit can be even more effective. To make it work for you, go for naturally fermented pickle juice instead of vinegar-based shortcuts. Sip about 1 ounce before bed if cramps often wake you, or take 2 to 3 ounces at the first sign of a cramp. Most people feel the knot melt away before they've even set the glass down. If the taste feels too sharp, blend it with a splash of tomato juice to soften the flavor without losing much of its power. For Frank, that simple nightstand bottle has meant months of unbroken sleep. It's not pretty, he says, but it works, and that's what matters. Now moving on to number 6, a leafy green that's been sitting quietly in your produce drawer, holding the key to calmer muscles: spinach. Most people think spinach is just good for iron. But for seniors struggling with cramps, it's like a mineral toolkit in a single cup. That's exactly what helped Linda, 71, from Florida. For years, she dreaded the moment her calf would seize up in the early morning hours. But after adding a warm side of steamed spinach to her dinner 3 nights a week, those cramps became rare and far less intense when they did happen. Here's why: 1 cooked cup of spinach delivers about 157 milligrams of magnesium, roughly 37% of your daily needs, plus potassium and calcium. Together, these minerals work in mineral synergy, helping your muscles contract and relax smoothly. A 2017 Journal of Sports Medicine study found seniors who ate spinach 3 times a week had 42% fewer nighttime cramps than those who didn't. And this kind of mineral balance isn't unique to leafy greens. Certain nuts, for example, can quietly strip it away while others help lock it in. We'll explore that balance in tomorrow's video. But here's the catch: raw. Spinach contains oxalates, natural compounds that can block mineral absorption. The fix is simple: lightly steam or sauté spinach for 2 to 3 minutes, just enough to break down oxalates while keeping minerals intact. Adding a squeeze of lemon juice boosts magnesium absorption by up to 40%. And pairing it with healthy fats like olive oil or avocado helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. And since we're talking about everyday foods that can quietly help or harm your muscles and joints, tomorrow's video will uncover certain nuts that may secretly drain your energy and trigger inflammation, plus the 4 you should eat daily to stay strong and active. The timing matters too. Your magnesium levels naturally dip at night, the very window when most cramps strike. By eating spinach at dinner, you give your muscles the support they need right before the risk is highest. Linda swears by her new routine. It's not just the cramps, she says. I feel more relaxed. I sleep deeper and I'm not jolted awake by pain anymore. For many seniors, that's more than just relief. It's the gift of peaceful, uninterrupted rest. Coming in at number 5 is a smooth, creamy bedtime treat that does far more than please your taste buds: Greek yogurt. Most people reach for it for the protein, but for seniors battling leg cramps, it's the bioavailable calcium inside that makes the real difference. That's what turned things around for George, 74, from Arizona. For years he'd wake up with calves locked so tight, he had to hobble to the bathroom. Then on his doctor's suggestion, he started eating a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt about half an hour before bed. Within 6 weeks, those brutal cramps were down to just an occasional flicker. The secret lies in how your body uses the calcium from yogurt. Unlike many supplements that pass through without being absorbed, Greek yogurt's calcium is bound with natural proteins and probiotics, which help it get into your system efficiently. A 2019 Johns Hopkins study on seniors found that 2 cups of Greek yogurt per day led to a 51% drop in cramp frequency and a 67% decrease in cramp intensity. The probiotics also improved gut health, which boosted absorption of other minerals like magnesium and potassium, a multiplier effect for muscle health. And there's another reason yogurt works so well before bed: calcium plays a critical role in the cycle of muscle contraction and relaxation. Having steady calcium levels through the night means your muscles are less likely to misfire into a painful cramp at 2 a.m. To get the most from it, choose plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt with at least 20 grams of protein per serving. The protein slows digestion, giving your body a slow, steady release of calcium while you sleep. If you need a little sweetness, drizzle on some honey and sprinkle in a few nuts for an extra dose of magnesium. For many seniors, a simple bowl of Greek yogurt before bed could mean trading restless, cramp-filled nights for deep, restorative sleep. At number 4, we have a warm, colorful favorite that feels like comfort food, but works like a cramp shield: sweet potatoes. Most people think of them as a Thanksgiving side dish. But for seniors, they can be a daily defense against painful muscle spasms. Take Carol, 69, from North Carolina. She used to get calf cramps so intense after gardening that she'd have to sit down right on the grass. Her granddaughter suggested swapping her regular white potatoes for sweet potatoes a few times a week. Within a month, those cramps were shorter, weaker, and far less frequent. The reason is simple. 1 medium sweet potato contains around 542 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, plus magnesium, calcium, and vitamin B6. These nutrients work together to balance the fluid levels in your muscle cells, which is critical for preventing sudden, uncontrolled contractions. In a 2020 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition study, seniors who ate sweet potatoes instead of white potatoes for 16 weeks experienced 63% fewer leg cramps, and when cramps did happen, they lasted less than half the usual time. Sweet potatoes also have complex carbohydrates that give your muscles steady energy, reducing the energy crashes that can trigger cramping late in the day. And their natural antioxidants help calm inflammation in muscle tissue, tackling the root cause, rather than just the symptom. For the best results, eat them with the skin on, since that's where much of the potassium is concentrated. Baking them at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes preserves nutrients and brings out their natural sweetness. Pairing them with a bit of butter or coconut oil helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins that support muscle health. For many seniors, this familiar food can be a simple, delicious way to strengthen muscles and keep cramps at bay. Coming in at number 3 is a food that tastes like a luxury but works like medicine for your muscles: wild-caught salmon. Most people know salmon for its heart health benefits. But for seniors battling leg cramps, it offers something even more valuable: a nutrient profile that strengthens muscles and improves circulation at the same time. Here's why: a single 4-ounce serving of salmon delivers about 31% of your daily magnesium, along with potassium, calcium, and a unique form of vitamin D3 that your muscles can use immediately. This is important because vitamin D3 helps regulate muscle contractions and maintain strength. A study from the Norwegian Institute of Sports Medicine found that seniors eating salmon twice weekly for 3 months had 71% fewer cramps, and when cramps did occur, they were far less painful. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon add another layer of protection. They reduce inflammation inside muscle fibers and improve blood flow to your legs, which means the minerals your muscles need can actually reach them more efficiently. Think of omega-3s as the oil that keeps your body's hinges moving smoothly. To get the best results, bake or grill salmon at moderate heat, to preserve its delicate omega-3s. Avoid deep frying or high-temperature cooking, which can damage these healthy fats. Pair it with vitamin C-rich vegetables like bell peppers or broccoli to boost mineral absorption. For seniors, salmon isn't just a tasty dinner, it's a powerful ally in keeping muscles strong, pain-free, and ready for whatever the day brings. At number 2 is a smooth, creamy fruit that's been riding a wave of popularity, and for good reason. Avocados aren't just trendy. They're one of nature's most potent cramp fighters. Most people think of avocados for healthy fats, but for seniors it's their potassium and magnesium combination that makes them a triple threat against muscle spasms. That's what helped Diane, 66, from California. She had lived with morning calf cramps for years, blaming them on just getting older. Then her neighbor suggested adding half an avocado to her lunch each day. Within weeks, Diane noticed her cramps had almost vanished, and her energy stayed steady all afternoon. One medium avocado packs around 975 milligrams of potassium, more than 3 bananas, along with magnesium and monounsaturated fats. These nutrients help stabilize the electrical signals between nerves and muscles, reducing the sudden misfires that trigger cramps. A 2021 Stanford University study on seniors found that eating one avocado daily for 8 weeks reduced cramp frequency by 82% and cut cramp duration from 95 seconds to just 22 seconds. The healthy fats in avocados also help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins and minerals from other foods you eat. That means pairing avocado with spinach, sweet potatoes, or salmon doesn't just taste good, it boosts the benefits. Avocados also contain natural plant compounds called phytosterols, which help calm inflammation in muscle tissue. For best results, eat avocados when they're perfectly ripe, slightly soft to the touch but not mushy. Spread a quarter to half an avocado on whole grain toast in the morning, add slices to a salad at lunch, or make fresh guacamole with a squeeze of lime to add vitamin C for better mineral absorption. Diane now calls avocados her muscle insurance policy. As she puts it, "I still get little twinges sometimes, but nothing like before, and I feel stronger on my walks." For many seniors, adding this creamy green fruit can be a simple, delicious way to keep cramps from stealing the joy out of daily life. Finally, at number 1, we have something so ordinary you probably have a bottle sitting in your fridge door right now, plain yellow mustard. It might seem impossible that a spoonful of hot dog condiment could end a muscle cramp, but for many seniors, it works faster than anything else. Science is fascinating. Mustard contains vinegar and turmeric, which together create what researchers call a neural circuit breaker effect. The sharp, pungent compounds stimulate nerve receptors in the mouth and throat, sending an urgent signal along the vagus nerve to the spinal cord. This effectively resets the misfiring nerve signals causing the cramp. A 2022 Penn State University study found that seniors who took just 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard before bed experienced a 91% reduction in nighttime cramps within a week. But mustard doesn't just work in the moment. The curcumin in turmeric is a powerful anti-inflammatory, and mustard seeds themselves contain magnesium, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids nutrients that support long-term muscle health. Regular nightly use may help retrain the nervous system to be less reactive to cramp triggers. For the best results, take a teaspoon of plain yellow mustard before bed if you're prone to nighttime cramps. During a cramp, swallow it quickly like medicine. Most people feel relief before they've even taken a sip of water. If straight mustard feels too strong, spread it on a small cracker or mix it with honey, though this may slightly reduce its speed. For countless seniors, this humble condiment proves that sometimes the simplest solutions are hiding in plain sight. Now you've seen 7 foods from everyday greens to surprising fixes like pickle juice and mustard that can stop cramps fast and keep them away. Even one small change tonight could mean sleeping through without that sharp calf pain. Don't wait. Try one of these tips tonight and you could wake up tomorrow without that stabbing calf pain. The sooner you start, the sooner your muscles can relax and recover. Which of these will you try first, and which one's already in your kitchen? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and here's to calmer muscles and better nights. And before you go, if you think certain healthy foods can secretly trigger cramps, wait until you hear about the nuts that could quietly raise inflammation, strain your joints, and sap your energy, and the 4 you should eat every single day instead. I'll show you in the next video. Click here so you don't miss it. I'll see you tomorrow.